Okay. Well, I think, I'm not sure, but I think I have audio. Well, I know I got audio. I know it's recording. And I do have my, I think I got everything set up. So I'm not going to waste any time. This was supposed to be a live, but I chose to do it another way. Um, so I'm not going to waste any time. I'm just going to go ahead and get right into it by saying hello to everyone that may take the time to listen to this um, premiere. I think it's going to be a premiere. I want to thank you for even taking the time to listen today, you know. But I'm coming because me and my family, we're really going through a tough time and we need some help. We need some help. We've set up a GoFundMe, to help us with food, water, and catching up on some bills so we can, so we can stay stable during this hard season. Um, you know, if you're able to help, any amount would mean a lot. It would mean so much. And if you can't give, you know, it would help if you just share the link. That helps a lot too. You know, all I ask is, all I'm saying is, share the link if you can't give. A dollar goes a long way, especially depending on who hears. I want to thank you for taking the time, just to even sit long enough to hear me say this, to be here and hear me say this, and caring. This was, like I said, was supposed to be a live, and I changed my mind. I decided to do a premiere. I can answer questions if you leave them in the comments. I have no problem doing that. Um, no problem at all. This is the hardest thing for me to do, to come up here and come out here like this. And I'm also sharing my GoFundMe link in the description. I normally don't put anything in the description, but it is in the description. And also my Cash App and the GoFundMe is scrolling at the bottom of the ticker, as you can see, you know. And yeah, so I'll go on to say, me coming here today doing this like this, like I said, it's the hardest thing for me to do because, you know, there's just nothing to eat in this house. I actually left this morning going to a food bank that on the website said that they were open the first Sunday of the month. I get there just to find out they did not open, and they only open one day out of the week, and that one day is Thursday. So in the meantime, in between time, I got to find another food bank that possibly may open tomorrow. Today is Sunday. So today, I guess it's safe to say we don't get to eat today, I guess. Um, we have to wait till Thursday if I don't find another food bank tomorrow. You know we can't do that. That's why I'm here and I'm asking for help. Not only that, while I'm looking for food banks tomorrow, I have to go back to also finish part of my application process, my direct deposit at a temp service. Um, yeah, I'm sorry about that. I had a little distraction. I gotta go to the temp service and finish giving them my direct deposit info. So just in case if they do come up with some work and I get started working, I can be able to get paid. But in the meantime, um, we got a little bit of a problem with that too. Well, let's start with I don't have a lot of gas, so I got two things to do tomorrow, and I'm gonna pretty much be done after that. I'm not gonna be able to do anything else. Um, like I said before, we don't have any food um, at all. We got rice, but you know daggone well nobody can, need to eat no rice every day like that. That is nothing but starch, and it's not good for you. Well, it ain't good for me anyway. I don't know about nobody else. Maybe other people can handle it, but I can't. So, like I said, I know, everybody's going through something, you know. Um, and if you can share my GoFundMe link out that's scrolling at the bottom of the page, if you could do that for me, or you know, things things like that help a lot, a very lot. A lot. Like I said, this is really it's hard for me to do this. I mean, I don't know what else to do because I was actually supposed to have been doing this live and I didn't, and it doesn't make sense to put anything in the comments. There's really nobody here. I can explain I can tell my story better than just putting things in the comments and have you read it. So I think at this point I have said a lot. When we're in search of work, we are behind on a lot of bills. I don't know how we're gonna pay them. I really don't. And one is getting ready to come up now. So, like, if you look at it in hindsight, I got to already. Let me see. We already got to sell everything in the house. And that may be just to keep the lights on. We got the GoFundMe going to help us with the rent. And I don't expect it to do a whole lot, but it might, if people if they can't give, they could share it out to someone who can help. It might help. I don't know. Sometimes, you never know. Like I say, I'm asking if you can help, but if you can't, just share the GoFundMe out. Share it. Just keep sharing it out. Pass the word. Hey, we got a family over here. You know, you could even say, hell, I don't really like the damn chick, but I don't want to see nobody suffer. Can you help her? I mean, let's keep it a buck. Hell, I might be talking to somebody at the case stand my ass. I don't know. You know, but I don't like being in this situation, not being able to do nothing. And I don't like being in a situation sitting up watching me, myself, and my family that I got, and we ain't got nothing to eat, and we all just sitting up looking at each other. You know, what if I find another food bank tomorrow, and I get there and they say they ain't got no food? Well, pretty soon, without eating some, we gonna end up sick. And that's a daggone shame to end up getting sick like that and having to go to the hospital. And the reason you in the hospital in the first place because you ain't got no food. And you got sick because you wasn't eating and you didn't have anything to eat. But yeah, it's been rough. The only thing I can say at this point that it ain't like it was last year or the first 2 years we were here. It's not like that. Because the first 2 years we were here, all I complained about it was not having AC and it being hot in here. So at least it's not like that. It is cool in here, but we ain't got no food. We don't have no bottled water. Hell, I ain't got no gas put in the car. And been looking for work. It just to me it just seems like jobs are saying they hiring, but they're not hiring. They say they doing interviews, but they're not even doing the interview. And I'm like, whoa, my stomach is biting my liver out my back right now. That's why our stomach is biting our damn liver out our back. And then we ain't got no gas to go nowhere. No job, can't even pay the bills. I mean, let's look at it like this. If me and my daughter was working, we might not could pay all the bills. But that nabbit, at least we can make a damn dinner. You feel me? I put it like this. We could pay some of them, but all of them ain't gonna get paid in full. But at least we would have a better feeling about ourselves, being able to say, hey, I got, at least I know ain't nothing finna get cut off and we ain't finna be sitting outside. You feel me? That. And on top of that, well, we ain't finna be okay. If we could just if we could maintain and we could get afloat and we was working, at least we could say, well, we ain't got to worry about being sitting outside. We ain't got to worry about nothing getting cut off. And we could eat something. But hell, now we can't even eat nothing. We ain't got no bread. We ain't got no lunch meat. We ain't got no kind of meat. Nothing. We got that big old bag of rice that we bought from the Walmart back here, that 20-pound bag of rice. We got that. Yep, we got that. And I think we got some salt and some pepper, some seasoned salt, and yeah, we got that. We ain't got no water, no butter, no milk, no eggs, no bread. We don't have that. And what else? Um, mm, well, it's a lot of stuff we ain't got, but it's just certain things you could, when you could just get a little bit and maintain. We got, oh, we do have tuna fish, but no bread. But you can't make tuna fish without damn egg, though. Shit. Ugh. Mm-mm-mm. We hurting, like I said, and I think it's like it was a long while back. I do remember being in this same situation before, but the only difference the only difference was my husband was living at the time, and even yeah, the only difference was he was living at the time, and when we did get like this, I don't think it got this bad because it got close to getting this bad, and he called on his family. And during that time, they was telling me, if you need something, you can ask too. He ain't got to be the only one that asks. That right there. So yeah, but now I mean, you walk in their kitchen, it ain't nothing. Oh, we got a couple pack of noodles, ramen noodles. That's sodium, starch, no meat. We ain't even got hot dogs. And I ain't even crazy about hot dogs. We ain't even got hot dogs. So as you can see, I'm pouring it out there. I don't even care no more. But like I say, I'm asking for help. And if you can't help, just share our GoFundMe link out if you can. And my GoFundMe and my Cash App is scrolling at the bottom of the page. If you can help in any kind of way, it would be much. It would be appreciated so much because a little bit goes a long way. And if you can just share this out, that's all I ask. That's the only thing I'm asking. I'm not asking for anything else. I don't have a lot to say, y'all. I really don't. I love y'all. I mean, I love you with all my heart. I ain't got no ill feelings with nobody. I ain't got no beef, no problem with nobody. I just need some help until I can see my way through this thing. At least until somebody decide they want to hire my black ass. I mean, at this point, I really, honest to God, believe that they just don't want to hire me. They hiring to see the way I'm looking at things. I think they hiring everybody else, and they just looking at me and saying, "Nope, you're too old. Don't want you. Go on now." That's the way I feel about it. Now they may not be saying that, but that's what I'm interpreting and receiving from that. Because if I'm constantly applying and putting in the work to put that application in, I know I'm qualified for that job. What is the reason that I'm not getting it? It's not making sense at all. Now they were saying something on the news that yeah, there are some jobs that left Memphis, but all of them didn't leave. All of the jobs did not leave Memphis. It's still some left. Now they may not be paying worth nothing, but there are still some left. Now, all I can say is with that said, like I said, I'm calling on y'all, YouTube. And if you can help, help. If you can't, share my GoFundMe and my Cash App out. That's all I'm asking. Because I mean, I'm really at the point where I'm asking, like I'm asking now, and I'm actually gonna get out in the streets and do the same thing. I'm just gonna walk out there, and like I'm gonna just put it out there on the table. I'm telling them, hey, I ain't asking for your money. I'm gonna ask for what I need. And right now, at this point right now, I need gas. I need something to eat. We need something to eat. That's it. That's all. I need gas and we need something to eat. If it take me going on foot, which is gonna be a little bit of a struggle, because I've been doing a lot of walking and I'm hurting. But if it take that, I get out there. I ain't got no problem. I'll be like, look, me and my family, I've been walking, I've been trying, but I look, if you can help me with, I'll just be honest. I can you help me with a gallon of gas? And we also hungry. You ain't got to give us no money, but buy us something to eat, cause we that hungry. You buy it, we gonna eat it. It's that simple. You know what I'm saying? Man, I'm putting it out there just like that now. I ain't got no shame in my game. What am I alive for? I ain't got no shame in my game. I just hope whatever. I hope this season and this thing that we gonna do. I hope this ain't gonna be no long and ongoing thing. I hope it is some light at the end of that tunnel. Cause right now I don't see it. I really do hope it's some light at the end of that tunnel. It used to be back in the day. I'd get down and I bounce right back. It's the longest I ever been down. I can't even work my little side job because hell, my phone ain't on. And pretty soon I'm gonna lose that damn phone number. If I don't hurry up and get that phone back, I'm gonna lose that phone number. So I ain't gonna have to worry about that job. Because I can't clock in, I can't clock out without having you have to have phone service and Wi-Fi on your phones. Clock in and clock out. So if I can't get my phone back on, that's another thing. You know, I can't get that back on, well hell, I'm gonna lose that job anyway. If I could get a couple of days here, days there, day here, day there, at least we wouldn't be sitting up here talking about we hungry. At least we wouldn't be sitting up here talking about we hungry. Man, this ain't no way to live. This ain't no way to live. Then once I get desperate and I reach all other ends and nothing else is given, then I'm gonna go to drastic measures. Now I can't speak on what those drastic measures are, but I think I'm gonna take my chance and try to take care of my family, and whatever happens, just happen. Because at least I know, well, I did ask. It's almost like I asked and all the doors kept getting slammed in my face, and I just got, I snapped. I don't want it to go there. I'll do anything for mine, and I'll go without. But look here, if you got any questions for me or anything of that nature, just leave it in the comments, and I will answer it. Share my GoFundMe out. Share my Cash App out if you can't help. Also pray for us, man. We need all the prayer we can get. We need all the prayer we can get at this point. I think at this point, I gave you all I got to give. It really don't take long. I mean, it's obvious I'm going through something, and now you know exactly what it is. We over here hurting bad, we hurting bad. We want to get out of this. Me and my daughter, we want to go back to work. Like, so we want to go back to work so bad we can taste it. But in the meantime, between time, we had to do a GoFundMe, and I'm on here asking for help. Now, all of us in this house and lost a lot of weight because hell, food done ran out. We ain't really eating, and we eat when we can, and all we've been eating is rice. I mean, if that's all we got, that's all we got, and we got to eat, but that just ain't healthy. For one, there's too much starch to be consuming like that. And it's not. It's just I know for a fact rice ain't all that good for you. You need some. You need meat for protein and things like that. There's different vitamins, protein and vitamins in meat. You also need milk and breads and things of that nature for vitamins in it. You know, you can't just live on rice alone. I hope I've been helpful with this upload. And like I say, any questions, please, by all means, drop it in the comments and I will answer. Even if my Wi-Fi I got now runs out, I'll go find a hotspot and check every day to make sure I ain't missing no comments or questions or things of that nature. I'll make sure of that. And with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and get off of here. And I want to say thank you for anybody that stuck around this long to this part of this upload. If you stuck around this long, I want to say thank you. And pray for us and share the GoFundMe and our cash out. And with that being said, y'all, love y'all. And I'll see you on the next go round.